So good morning, welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Today it is absolutely freezing. It's -2 degrees. I'm sat in my car at the moment, wrapped up like a pig's in a blanket, because I am having the joy of paying out a hell of a lot of money to get all 4 tyres on my car changed, because they all need doing, because that's life and that's what happens towards Christmas. They decide that you need to spend out loads of money on things that you don't really want to. So I am about to have this done. I am sitting behind hubby in his car because he needs a front tyre and the tracking doing. Very boring, nothing to do with sewing. I will catch up with you all later in the sewing room. I'm hoping to get another payday done today in the larger size. I'm also hoping to get all of the things that I mentioned yesterday, my Friday sews, uploaded to the website. So if anyone was after one of those quilters journals and stuff like that, they'll be going up today, hopefully, if not tomorrow, but they'll be up by the end of the weekend. I will, well, the guy's coming now to tell me that I need 4 tyres, which I know because I've already ordered them, so I will catch up with you in a bit, and yeah, hope you're having a good day. So we are back home, just in the kitchen making coffee. We went on a bit of an adventure, and I'll just walk through the house with you that you can see. There is a Dobby down here, a Luna up here, and a Kyla down in that corner somewhere. So we went to Southampton on the way back from getting tyres fitted, and we have acquired a new toy for hubby, which is, I'll show you. If hubby moves over slightly, oh, sorry. We now have, let me get out of the way. We now have a vintage 201K up in his office, which flips out of this beautiful ornate table, and it's had an electric conversion. So he's just currently working on a Moda vintage quilt that he's working on. So that is what we've been up to today. Right, so I'm just about to cut out a second payday, but I am struggling to figure out what fabric to choose. I just have my tea out of my Adam Size mug. So I have been looking through the pattern again, and it says on there that it needs to be a non-directional fabric, which I had problems with yesterday when I made the other one, because it is a directional fabric, which meant that basically the section that creates the top flap and the back of the bag, which wraps around this whole section, needs to be upside down. In effect, because once you then flap it down, the front of the bag needs to be the right way up. So I kind of got around that, and when you look at the back of the bag, this strap is obviously separate, so it doesn't really matter which way around it is, because you can cut that the right way, you can spin it the right way before you attach it to the bag. But this fish here is upside down, obviously, but because you've got the back panel, you're able to line that one up the right way anyway. So this didn't really matter too much, the fact that it's directional fabric, but I think for easiness sake, I think I'm probably better off choosing something different. But like the lining with this was absolutely perfect, because it meant that I was able to just use it whichever way around it went. The pockets though were a different story, because the pockets you can line up the correct way around, because they're obviously only ever going to be one way up. The issue is when you're using a fabric that wraps around the whole purse, because one side is going to be upside down whichever way around you do it. So I think what I need to do is spin this round. We're on a little journey. This is tuna. It's got more. And I'm going to sort of work my way through the wall, basically. I don't really want to use any of the besties, because they're all directional, apart from these small polka dot heart prints and these ones here. So I think I'm going to pass on that. The only one that I was looking at that I think might work is the Best Friends sort of gold chain one, because this doesn't really matter which way around it goes, because the Best Friends charms are all the different way around anyway. So I was thinking maybe that as an outer fabric, but it's not very vibrant for an outer fabric. What I do want to do is, what I'd actually quite like to do is the tortoises as an outer fabric, but again they're directional, and I'm going to have the same problem. And the only thing is if I can't get the pocket to line up and cut off so that you can only see this in between, you're still going to see one of these parts of one of these upside down in between that strap and the back pocket. So the tortoises is an option. It just depends on the placement of the pattern, but then I'm going to have to fussy cut it, and because of it being such a large panel, I'm going to end up using a huge chunk of that fabric. My only other option is seashells from Zuma, which is up here. I was thinking about maybe using one of line work because Sketchier is non-directional, even though it's got lots of different animals on it. And I have got quite a decent amount of that to play around with. Let's have a look, shall we? So Sketchier is an animal print, but it doesn't, some of the animals are upside down anyway, so it won't matter which way around this goes. So that is an option for the outside of the large one. And it's also monochrome, so it also fits in with people's colour schemes better. And also, this is literally one of my favourite fabrics that she's ever done. So that could be the option for the outer, actually. I'm going to pop that to one side for a moment. And then I could use the black and white polka dot, or I could use the hex seeds for the inside, or the white and black polka dot. And then I could use some stripe binding. Well, there's no binding, but I could use some of the stripe for like pocket trims and stuff. For black and white zip, maybe? Let's have a think. So I have finished the second payday. I can't really say yes or no as to whether I like this pattern or not. I think there's a lot of elements to it that, even though that the whole pattern is supposed to be made using no binding, I think there's elements to it that would be just a lot easier if they were bound. So I am going to attempt the next one in my own way and do some binding on it instead, because I think you'd actually get a better, more professional finish. Not to say that there's anything wrong with this one. So I ended up going for Spider Blossom in Nightshade Deja Vu. So this is the size difference. So you've got the small one and the large one in front of the other. There's not a huge amount in it on the overall size difference, but there is a lot more internal space. So you've got this really nice big rear pocket to it. The flap obviously opens up and exposes the two interior zips here, which gives you that front zip pocket. This inside pocket here. You've got a slip pocket behind those two pockets, and then you've got a larger slip pocket, and the larger size has 6 credit card slots rather than the 3 that are in the standard. Again, it's got magnetic hidden magnets in the front to close it. And it's got the band on the back of it to attach it to either a shoulder strap, a waistband, or you can use it with those tucked in and just use it as a clutch. So yeah, that's it for me today. It's getting late in the day. I'm going to go and cook paella, and we're going to sit down and watch some TV before my premiere of Quiltmas tonight. Take care. Bye for now.